Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this month's edition of Métis Coffee Talk, coming to you live with from many parts of Western Canada today. It's a pretty exciting show today. My name is Keith Henry. I'm the president of the BC Métis Federation, joining you for this Thursday, November 24th. And tonight we have some special guests. We have some returning folks, but geography's changed. So I want to welcome Rene and his backup band, Sean, up in you're in Terrace, BC, I believe, tonight, right?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yep.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, good. Well, that's a pretty nice flag you have behind you there, Rene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sean, welcome back.
Thank you.
It was great seeing you again.
Yeah, good to be here.
You bet. And we also have joining us from Saskatchewan, my hometown, my home area, my homeland, Mr.
Yeah.
JJ LaValle. It's weird to say that.
How's it going out there?
Well, I'll tell you in an hour. How's the new Saskatchewan life treating you?
Really good. Really
Those
nice. Yeah.
Those Métis people being good to you over in Saskatoon?
Awesome. Couldn't be better. We're settling in,
Yeah.
but at the same time, everyone making it so comfortable here. We got a few friends here, but meeting more as the day go on. And yeah, no, it's a good transition.
Nice. Are you in terms of, I guess, the community there, who's the folks, some names maybe you're working with in the Métis community there?
Well, on the weekend, we did some on Louis Riel Day, we did some square dancing with what was the name of the group? Creeland Dancers was one of them. And Courtney Anaquan, she's a dancer from out here. She was actually in New York. She jigged on the runway there at the what do you call that? The fashion awards out in New York. So yeah, that's a couple people that I'm working with, and of course the Saskatchewan president Glenn McCollum was there.
Oh yeah.
Chief Elder Norman Fleury was also there.
Oh.
And I had a good conversation with Norman about the language.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be sitting with him and learning some Michif in the near future.
Perfect.
Well,
Yep.
there you go. Well, it's great to have you. I know you're still committed to being part of the show on a monthly basis. We just want to say thank you, JJ, and welcome. And it's a bit later now for you because you got to get adjust now. What time is it for you in Saskatchewan?
9 o'clock here.
Oh, I'm surprised you're still awake. You're usually in bed at 7, aren't you?
Hey, I'm not that old yet.
Yeah, okay. You need some Sanka and you go to sleep. All right, and also with this is Angel Fisher. Welcome to the show tonight.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, this is this has been a little while since you were on the show last time, right? How many months ago did we have you on?
I haven't been on yet.
Oh, look at that. I'm losing it. I thought you were on the show about 4 months ago. I was convinced in my head. Well, there you go. Well, anyways, welcome, Angel. And what's your title and role with the organization?
I'm the director of coastal conservation.
Excellent. Well, we're going to feature a bit of the work you do on coastal conservation, and definitely I'm sure people watching tonight will be learning a lot. But I will let people know I am monitoring comments tonight, and I see Earl Belcourt. I don't know who he's talking to, but he says his first comment tonight watching us says it's about time you get here. I don't know who he's talking to. I think he's talking to JJ, I hope. And the second was I'll be back in a short time. So maybe he had to go to the washroom or something. But anyways, good evening, Earl. Thank you for that insight. So Renee, we talked, the Federation has done a lot of work around Michif language and things like that. We're going to be releasing some more conversational French Michif out to our public, our members and that. Can you just maybe, what I'd like you to do tonight to start the show off is have a Michif prayer, and then I'm going to bring it up on the screen and show people the kind of tools we're creating to help teach people. Like we've done extensive work that you've spearheaded with your team, with Jeannie and others around curriculum. But we are also creating conversational documents to help just all of us with everyday sort of plain speak Métis, if I can say it that much. But why don't you start us off with a nice opening prayer in French Michif?
Yeah, this is a prayer that I picked up from the Saint Laurent. That's a French Michif, and it's well done. And I'm going to read it here. Créateur, s'il vous plaît, dites-nous en travers de notre assemblée. Bénis tous ceux-là qui l'ont paré puis l'ont fait le programme. Pour tous ceux-là qui l'ont nu, Créateur, aide-nous à travailler ensemble puis se comprendre pour notre nation de Métis, qui reste fort pour tout notre monde, le monde, okay, now what's the word now? Le monde, forgot that word. Bénis notre monde avec les leaders qui cherchent notre bon sens pour trouver les réponses qu'on peut avoir. Prions pour nous autres, pour toutes les familles qui ont besoin de nos prières. Créateur, aide-nous autres à respecter les uns les autres aujourd'hui pour tout le temps. Amen. These people here really wrote a nice prayer, and I just found it, and then it's well done.
Sorry, I was on mute. Excellent. And thank you, sir, very much for sharing that, Renee. It's good for us to be promoting our Michif language, obviously, to the people on these shows. I'm just going to put on screen for folks. You're going to watch these. We're going to be starting putting these documents out in the coming, I guess, months or so. You'll have a little more insight into some of these documents. It'll be on through our Facebook page and other platforms. Oh, I got to go back to screen share. Sorry about that, everyone. And you'll see these kind of really, I think, great documents. And what we've done is we've created so for example, this particular prayer, Heavenly Father, kindly guide us and lead us throughout our meeting. Bless all those who have prepared and organized this program. And then what we've done, and I'm so proud of the team that Renee and Ali and Jeannie and Helen and others, they've created a simplified, so you understand. So they've color coded the words. So Heavenly Father, Pei Eternal. So you can see that Father is this is the somewhat word for word translation of that particular word, plus Eternal is heavenly. And then you could the green with the green, obviously you go through the rest of it. And they've added an audio file. And we've also created a document that if you really want to learn a bit, sometimes if you look at the spelling, it may not always make sense to you phonetically. So we left a grid so people can write it out in the way they think it sounds. So what I love about it is, so it says, kindly guide us and lead us throughout our meeting. And this is about an opening prayer for a meeting. So this is the Michif French way that we've translated it. But if you want to know how to say that, we've attached an audio file, and I'll just play that for you for a second, just to show you an example.
S'il vous plaît, guide et emmène-nous en travers notre assemblée.
You know, I think that sounds like, so looking at the spelling, like many of you, I'm also challenged to say, oh, is that how would I say that? And then I get the audio file. So we're creating those links on all of these documents. We'll be posting it on our Facebook page on a weekly basis for some conversational opening meeting, conversational Michif. And I think it's a great tool. And Renee, I just want to say, great job. I think it's excellent tool to you and your team.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we do have a great team. I believe Ali is going to join us, and Jeannie, excellent. So I'm proud of being able to work with these people.
Perfect. Okay, so we did a prayer. We welcomed everyone. We got to do two fiddle tunes. And then we're going to go to Angel. So Renee, what are you you guys ready to give us your first song of the evening?
I'll do a number here. It's a Métis by John Arcan. It's called Big Bear.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Renee and Sean. Great start to the show. Any insight why you picked that song?
No, it's a nice, good, we just picked it up and it's from John Orcan, a great Métis fiddle player. And I thought it'd be appropriate to play the first one, at least a Métis fiddle tune.
Great. Well, JJ, I know the Métis fiddle might not work as well when you're over in Saskatchewan, but do you think you can find us a tune?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to program my guy here, but I have this tune. It's called Red Wing. I'll play that for you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Excellent job. Excellent job.
Thank you very much.
Well, look, even Renee and Sean were clapping like crazy over there. They loved it.
Very nice.
Very nice. Excellent. Well, thanks, JJ. We're going to come back to you guys shortly. I'm going to come back to you and ask you a little bit more about your move this last month to Saskatchewan and specifically
All right.
Saskatoon. But I'm going to switch to our guest, our other guest tonight, Angel Fisher, another strong Métis family, all the way from. I think Angel, your family kind of was from Saskatoon at one time as well, weren't they?
Yep.
Do you remember that as a little child?
Oh yeah, I still remember Saskatoon. Yeah.
When did you guys, do you remember when you moved out from Saskatoon?
I was 13, I believe.
I guess you're old enough to remember, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I was in my head, I thought you guys were younger, but oh well. But anyways, why don't you tell us about your work with coastal conservation?
Yeah, so the Department of Coastal Conservation is it's a newer department with the Federation, but the work that we've been doing with it, we started that in 2019 with the Canadian Coast Guard project, the Co-Developing Community Response Project. And just recently we've added a new project to the department, which is the Aquatic Habitat Restoration Fund, which is also working with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. So the difference between the two projects is the Co-Developing Community Response Project is working primarily with engaging with communities and the members, kind of educating them on what the Canadian Coast Guard does when there is a spill, how they respond to it, how they manage it, communicating with the members on what their primary concerns are when it comes to marine incidents that are happening in and around their area. And the Aquatic Habitat Restoration Fund is kind of focusing more on how to restore and monitor the already damaged ecosystems that may have been a result from marine incidents. And kind of, it's more of a hands-on project, whereas the other one is kind of focused more on building community relationships and communicating and and all of that. So I think they blend together really quite nicely, even though they are kind of tackling two very different topics.
Yeah, I know. I thank you for that overview. I know you guys just released a monthly update, which speaks to some of these very
Yes.
items. You know, it's great to see this. How do members find this update, or how can they get this information?
So this particular one, everyone who in the past, since we started in 2019, whenever we run yearly surveys, there's always an opportunity for anyone who's participating in those surveys, whether they've been in person or virtual, to sign up to receive any updates regarding the Coastal Conservation Department. So that's primarily who's getting this particular newsletter. However, the Director of Communications also has included it on the newsletter that goes out to all of the members. So if anyone reads that and is interested, there's some information there on how they can sign up to get these newsletters, and they can always email me or call the office to be added to it.
Perfect. One of the things that was in the update, or this monthly update, which I thought was exciting, and I don't know that you referenced at the beginning, but in January, you're launching a new Coastal Pups program. What's that all about?
Yeah, so when we were going out to the communities in the summertime to do the beach cleanups, we were quite surprised to see that there was a lot of interest from a lot of children and youth. And a lot of them were really excited to come out and participate in it, even though they had to, wake up early on a Sunday. They still found it really fun to come out and engage in that, meet some new people. And there's a few of them, including my son. I got the idea from my son, Valentino. He kind of brought up a topic and said, I think it'd be really cool if there was beach cleanups or something that we could do that's just focused on kids and how kids can get involved. And since I started working on this project, he's been really into conservation and learning about climate change and all that. So I thought it'd be a really nice idea to kind of test out a new little project, Coastal Pups. We're just going to be testing it out in the Lower Mainland to start with, but I think it's probably going to do quite popular, and we'll probably expand it to other coastal areas in BC. And we're just going to be kind of focusing on the first age group, 5 to 10. So kind of going a little bit lighter on them and kind of seeing where their interests are, educating them on recycling, reducing, reusing, how they can safely take part in collecting trash that they may see when they go on walks either at the park or at the beach. And quite excited about it. We already have a few people signed up for that.
Perfect. Well, I love the newsletter. I mean, obviously it gives some great information about all the breadth and depth and like the Coastal Pup program, some of the meetings and events you guys have been at. I mean, obviously I was flashing it on the screen for our friends watching tonight that could just learn a little more. Anything you want to say about Zia? Sorry, I'm not sure I'm saying that right.
Yeah, so every month we feature, we give a 2-page feature to one of our coastal water protectors. So for November, it's Zia, and Zia is one of our newest additions. When we started out with 8 coastal water protectors, and in the past couple months, we've grown that to 16. So Zia is one of the second group that has joined, and he resides in Burnaby out here close to the office. And he's been a really great addition to the team. He's really into conservation and all the wildlife stuff, and he's been a really active, engaging member to the team.
Nice. Well, it's nice to see so many people getting involved, and certainly we love the fact that we're sharing that personality of everyone here. The PUP program is laid out in more detail here. It's too old for you, JJ. Sorry, you can't go into this program, but I know you'll probably want to enroll, but from Saskatchewan. But I think it's what I just hope that the members just see is that I appreciate the fact that our department has become quite active, and I think it's really a testament of the really great work that you're doing. I want to just before I'm going to cue our Métis fiddlers here. I hope they get ready, because we're gonna afterwards done this next piece. I'm gonna come to them to play some music. But why don't you talk about what happened yesterday? What was going on around this office yesterday?
Yeah, so yesterday when we were going on our beach cleanups, all of the coastal water protectors that were attending the cleanups, we collected coastal driftwood at each place we went to. And I kind of started using some of it to make some little pieces around the office. And when we had meetings, I'd bring them along and put them on the table. And a lot of them were like, oh, it'd be so fun if we could have a little workshop where we could make one of these. So that's what we decided to do yesterday. And we kind of had a little bit of an open house for the Lower Mainland members to have a chance to come out and see the Coastal Conservation Office, meet some new members, do some networking and mingling. And then we had the Coastal Driftwood Workshop. So we used the driftwood that we collected throughout the summer months at our cleanups. And we have some preserved reindeer moss and a variety of different air plants. So everybody got to come out and they had some refreshments, met some new friends, and they all got to take home their own coastal driftwood art piece.
Yeah, that's great. How many people were there? It looks like you had quite a good turnout.
We did, yeah, we had 26 people last night. So it was a really nice turnout.
Yeah, that's great. Obviously, lots of members enjoying and connecting, and look like obviously people having fun.
Yes, yeah, it was a really, really nice evening.
I want to know why I don't get. I'm only like trying to find money and argue with people. I like this is like this is, you guys get the fun stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Anything else you want to say about the coastal protectors in terms of the people or the event last night?
Just that if anybody is interested in kind of what's going on with the project, another way that they can kind of stay up to date on that is the Coastal Water Protectors have their own Instagram page, which is quite new. And that you can find us on there at Coastal Water Protectors. And I try to post on there, if not daily, definitely every couple days. So there's a lot of information on there about what's happening in BC and also all around the world. If there's like certain climate or environmental events that are happening, we kind of add them onto the stories and we feature our coastal water protectors on there and all the past work that we've done and sharing some interesting facts. And we also have coastal midship word of the week on there that we post. So we use like words like ocean or lake, river, tides. We do little posts on there quite often.
Yes, I thought I'd pull up for you while you're talking. Yeah, it's following on Instagram. It's you know it's Coastal Water Protectors is what you search for.
Yeah.
And it's great to see the posts. So if you want to sort of get a real-time update what's happening on social media, certainly, you know, spread the word. We'd love to get more people engaged and involved. You can see the beach cleanup and the various activities that the team that Angel's been outlining. So definitely check them out for sure. And also, Angel, I'm just going to refer on our site, you know, for some of the more technically simple folks like myself. What would be your advice on the website? Where should people go on the website to get more information on the website?
So yeah, we can be found under the programs and services under coastal conservation. But one of the new exciting things that's going to be coming up here before the end of March is we're going to be having our very own microsite created. So when you come to this page, you'll actually get a link to come to a whole new website that's going to be all on coastal conservation and all of the efforts and the projects that we're doing. It'll be a great way to highlight each of the coastal water protectors and get some more insight on what they're up to in their areas.
Yep. So they can contact you. They can go on this website, Instagram. They can check out our Facebook page for updates there as well, at the BC Métis Federation, or they can just simply email you a.fisher@bcmétis.com.
Yes.
So any final words of wisdom, Angel, on the program?
No, just if anyone's interested in anything that the coastal water protectors are doing or coastal conservation, or if you have any great ideas on things we can work on, such as beach cleanups or maybe areas that we weren't able to get out to during the summer, you know, get in touch with me and we'd love to hear from you.
Perfect. Well, great segment, Angel. That's awesome. And I hope people get involved and, you know, check it out. And we got lots going on there. So thank you for that. You're certainly, why don't you stay on the show? I'm going to ask you a few other things. All right.
Sure, yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right. So back to some music. Renee and Sean, what do you got for us?
Okay, let's see now. It's a little tune called Do Si Do.
Great work, guys.
You're welcome. Yep.
What made you select that song, Renee? You just like it? You just thought you'd mix it up with a different sort of waltz sort of style?
No, that was the first tune that my mother hummed to me when I was a kid.
Oh,
She
wow.
wanted me to learn that one, and I thought of it, and I thought I'd play it.
Nice. Well, thank you for sharing that. JJ, are you there?
I am here.
All right. What's your next big tune?
Well, I don't think we've ever played this tune on this show because you always play it at the beginning, but what do you think of this?
Wow.
Where did you snag that?
I have 6 of them.
Oh,
They're gonna be for the new fiddle program I'm starting up here.
Beautiful fiddles. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
We discussed it on Friday, and on Saturday I had new fiddles. Talk about moving fast, eh?
Wow.
oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Good.
and they're all unique. They all have this new design on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well,
So
can't wait to hear.
anyway, I'm gonna play the Red River Jig on it.
There you go.
of course.
Here we go. Let's see if we got a. Oh yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wow.
Nice sounding fiddle.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
nice.
they just got the entry level strings on them, but I think they'll do for beginners.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Well, they're certainly aesthetically really, I mean, they look culturally so iconic, right? To me,
They're so nice, aren't they?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm
yeah.
thinking about getting that done to my own fiddle, actually.
So is it a local artist that does that or a company that does that for you guys?
I'm
or-
not sure. I just mentioned to the boss here, we were talking about fiddle. See, getting the elders involved, maybe playing, teaching them some fiddle, and then also at-risk youth after school, and getting them involved back in the culture. And
Yeah.
she says, well, we'll try and find some fiddles. And like I said, a day later, I got the call, they were dropping off 6 fiddles. And they were all
Very
like,
nice.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really quite unique and very beautiful. So
yeah, they're very beautiful. Yeah, no, and each one has, I don't have can't get them all out of the cases, but they all have their own unique flower and design. eh?
Yeah, the flower, the
Yeah,
flower.
some of them have
yeah.
the yellow flowers, some of them have purple flowers. They're really nice.
Nice, nice.
Good entry level instrument.
Yeah, so why don't you tell everyone, like it's great to see that the programming you're doing there. Who's that with? You know, everyone knows you transitioned to Saskatoon. We've shared it. We all miss you. You still have lots of family out here that think about you a lot. And so how's it been? Like, how was the move? And then tell people about specifically the project you're working with.
Well, the move was all right. It happened fast. So we drove to Edmonton in one night, a 14-hour trip straight to Edmonton.
Right.
And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, I left Edmonton because it was starting to storm and drove straight to Saskatoon. And we ended up hitting a snowstorm. So we got through the snowstorm. And then when we got through Lloydminster, it kind of tapered off a little bit. But I wasn't, I'm not used to that prairie weather, eh?
No.
It's usually the rain. And in BC, when it snows for about a day and then it goes away.
Yeah, different reality in the prairies for sure.
Yeah, so I was a little white knuckled, let's to say, driving through the snow for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
But we got here, and so I'm working at the Round Prairie Elders Lodge, and it's I believe the building was built back in 2020, and it houses about 30 different elders. It's got everything from access to accessibility. It's got everything. It's got a great gaming room. It's got a beautiful garden where the elders can go in the summertime, and it's a stand-up built garden, box garden, so they can actually work out in the gardens. So that's one of the main things that I'm doing right now is I'm working with elders. I do.
Are they all Métis elders, JJ?
They're all Métis elders, yeah.
That's nice, and that's right in that facility, that Round
Prairie Elders
Round
Lodge.
Prairie Elders Lodge. Is it right? It's right downtown Saskatoon, or where's it in
No,
Saskatoon?
we're right in what we call Pleasant Hill area. So
Yeah,
it's right in the
yeah.
core area, but it's all a gated community. So it's all fenced in. It's all a big gate to get into the area. And so far I haven't had any issues. I think it's
Yeah.
the people here don't seem to complain. But it's very community based here. Like everybody knows each other. You see everyone in the hallways and everybody's so friendly. And
You must be related to some of the elders in one way or another. I mean, it wouldn't be a Métis family name if you didn't find a way to connect.
well, we were talking to a few. We think there might be some relations along the way.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, there's names like Dumont and Boulanger, right? And
Yeah.
the names that you usually hear around here. So
Well, anyways, we're all excited for your success there for sure. And I think that's great to see those fiddles. So are the elders themselves learning the Métis fiddle as well?
well, we're trying to find out. We just put a newsletter out to see who wants to learn how to play.
Yeah.
And the long-term goal is to do it with the elders and also with Métis youth. So at-risk, mostly at-risk youth, people that are looking to do something to keep them, get them into the culture, involved, and kind of stay out of trouble basically after school.
Yeah.
So, just something to do from about 4:30 on till maybe 5:30 in the evening.
Right, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we're very happy to hear. I know you're going to keep joining us on the show for the next number of months. We'll keep asking you how it's going. And but I just have to say the fiddles are beautiful and
Very nice.
yeah, very, very nice, and that they sound good. So would you be willing to give us one more song here?
I
Or
could.
do you need a break?
Well, no, I just have to set one up. Actually, you know what? I'm not quite. Well, I might.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gigi, you know what I'll do? I will. I'll talk about a few other items and I'll come back. So that's the cue for Renee and Sean. I'm going JJ
All right.
next time. In
You're
a
on
few
standby.
coming to you guys. All right. I think they said yes. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
oh, yeah.
Good.
So another fiddle tune?
Oh no. I said I'll come back to you guys. We'll go JJ first, then I'll come back to you guys. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry if I was a bit confusing probably with me as usual, but anyways, just good. Hopefully folks saw as well tonight. I know that we are getting just want to let people know I am monitoring online if there's any questions. Oh, by the way, JJ, Karen Andrews said, wow. I don't know if she was talking about me. I doubt. Renee, maybe. Probably you because of the last fiddle tune you just did. But anyways, Karen, thank you for watching tonight. And of course, there's a number of other folks. Oh, Brady Smith, of all people, is watching you. He said, JJ, you're phenomenal. My kids are dancing while you play. Oh, Karen Andrew said, no, it wasn't me. So anyways, I'm getting live comments here. So I know, obviously, Karen, that was my understanding too. But anyways, the newsletter came out as well this week. I just want to just touch on a few items here, and then we'll come back to some middle Métis fiddle tunes. We featured, in our newsletter, our monthly newsletter, we always feature one of one of the staff members. Not this month, we focused on our director of procurement, our procurement coordinator, Taylor McLeod. Taylor is Cree Dene Métis specialing in Indigenous relations for corporations and contract partnerships for Indigenous nations. So she works with a number of partners. She's been with us for 2 years and is also the president of Old Fort Métis Association in Fort Nelson. She sits on the board of All Nations Trust, one of the Aboriginal financial institutes in Canada. So they actually do a lot of small and business loans and grants and things like that. So very great that she does that work out in Kamloops area. And she was the captain of Team BC at the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships in 2008. I knew that, but Angel, did you know she was the captain of the 2008 hockey team?
No, I didn't. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always, I find it interesting. We get caught up in our Métis world that we just think everyone just lives and breathes and eats and sleeps Métis, but we do have other stuff in our lives. So anyways, we featured Taylor. We're so happy to have her as part. She's a decorated, she did very well as a athlete playing hockey back in the day. And you can see she went all the way to college hockey in the CIS level, so university level and stuff like that. So she did very, very well. So yeah, super proud of her. I saw in the newsletter, we won't repeat this, but we did feature some of Angel's programming in the newsletter. So there was the event that happened the other night. So that definitely was great to see so many people out here. And of course, we won't go through any of these other things. Renee, just a quick piece here. It was great being up at Skeena River for the Métis community celebration of Louis Riel, the commemoration of that event. What was the feedback? Were people happy generally with the event last weekend?
I think they did. Yeah, I did talk to a few of them. That was nice. The food was great.
It was. I wish I would have taken some back to my hotel room after I was Chinese food. They brought in this great local Chinese food. Okay, I know we're Métis and we probably should have, people think we should eat pemmican and everything else, but the truth is we eat regular food too. And anyways, I was sitting there and I was like, it was really good Chinese food. I have to I don't know, my compliments to the chef there, but I was regretting not taking any back. And then I was at the hotel and it was all gone. So there you go. But great event.
No, it was good. I enjoyed, talking a little bit about Louis Riel with the posters. Jeannie and Ali did a great job printing them and putting them posters together.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good to see President Pierce, Elizabeth locally there. We see, and then Jeannie was flanking her on the side. Of course, Alan was there, as he's always Sauvé. He's always working to share information where he can on Métis culture. So I thought it was great. It was a really good event. Looking forward to I know you guys got in Terrace again. Actually, you got a big Christmas event coming up.
We do. December the 11th. We got 100 people invited, and we got about 25 to 30 kids that we're buying present for, and we're looking forward to for the event.
Well, we better get Angel talking to you to share about coastal pups. Get them involved. Actually, that's Lower Mainland, though, right, Angel? I guess that they can't quite. Well, sorry, maybe I'm confusing that. How would those kids get involved in the future?
Yeah, definitely. If there's some interest, it'd be great to hear about that. That way we can kind of expand further out. Wherever there's interest, we'll go.
Yeah. Yeah. So Renee, so that's December 10th. That's anything else you want to share? Where's that event at?
Okay, it's December the 11th. It's the place that we got is the Legion, because it's pretty well the only place where we it's big enough. And they have the sound system already set up, so that's where we're having it.
Perfect. Is Sean, are you going to be there?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. Are you guys serving Chinese food again?
I don't think so. I think it's.
Well, then I'm not coming. I'm not coming. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
We're academic.
Yeah, exactly. I just want, anyways, we'll come back to that, but just to finish up on the newsletter, I hope, with our team, with the director of research, Joe Desjardins, just want to, we featured a little bit about, of course, Roseanne here, and we just, she's in the picture. She was first to be introduced as one of the researchers, of course, in this, she's in Terrace, and she recorded an interview with Joe that's on our, and there's a YouTube link there. And we encourage people just to, take a look at it, take a look at, meet some of the local researchers we've got working in various parts of the province. So very proud of the work that that team is doing. And then, they're finally the last piece on coastal conservation. So, again, should you be interested in looking at the site, make sure, you go on our homepage. It's listed right on our main stories here. You can do it right on the November newsletter and it'll take you there. Okay, guys, let's go back to some music. That's enough of that administrative stuff. So we were going to go JJ first this time. So JJ, are you ready to go? What song are you going to give to the crowd tonight?
We're going to give a tune called Bowing the Strings. And Keith, on our Louis Riel celebration here, you know what we had for our lunch?
Bologna.
Le boulette soup,
Oh, yeah.
duck soup,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
bannock,
Yeah.
les bang,
Libang.
and we had the little bread dough donut holes with sugar on it.
Yeah. Cinnamon sugar or regular sugar?
Cinnamon sugar.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Métis cuisine at its finest.
Well, every once in a while, us Métis like a little Chinese food too. I don't want to.
I just gotta throw that in there.
Yeah, okay, right on.
All right. 2.
Well, that was some serious fiddling there. Right on, buddy. That was
Now I
great.
know why they call it Bowing the Strings.
Yeah, that very, very good. Very good. Thank you, JJ. That was a great selection, great song. And Earl wrote while you were playing, he says, "I'm back." I'm not sure if he's like Terminator, "I'm back," or if he's just saying,
No, I think he meant he was doing the jig, and I bet you Karen Andrews was dancing to that tune too.
guarantee one of them was for sure. All right, that's great. Thanks for sharing that, JJ. What do you think, Renee? What are you and Sean got whipped up for us for your next song?
We got one called Saturday Night Breakdown.
Perfect. Oh, I think we lost them, guys. They lost their Wi-Fi signal. Thanks, Renee. We had a little
Oh.
bit of a technical glitch here and there on what you're playing, but most of it came in. But your Wi-Fi might have been just must have been some butterflies in the air over there or something. I'm not sure what happened, but most of it came through. But
Oh, excellent. Good.
what song? What was the name of the song again?
That was Saturday Night Breakdown by Don Rich.
Oh, is that the Métis version of Saturday Night Fever, or is that?
I don't know.
It sounds very oddly similar. I'm not sure. But anyways, thanks you guys. That's great. Well, we're almost coming to the end of the show. We'll have one more song from each of you guys, and then we'll call it a day. But let's just spend the last few minutes, talking a little bit. Christmas is coming up. Just want to get some feedback from just opinions. It's been another, an interesting year, 2022, and it's starting to get to that time where we're reflecting. We're a month away from Christmas Eve tonight, which scares me personally because I have done zero Christmas anything. But start reflecting. What has 2022 meant to you, and what do you hope to do in 2023? I'm going to ask each of you that, and just anything that comes to mind. Doesn't have to be anything specific to Métis. Just how do you view things today, and just a minute or two from each of you. Angel, you've had obviously a great year with the coastal program. What's 2022 meant, and where do you think you're going in 2023?
So for 2022, I think the main thing for me was I was able to build so many new connections and relationships with coastal water protectors, with members that we've met out in the community. So for me, I think 2022 was all about relationship building. And for 2023, I think it's really just going to be following up on that. It's been such a heartwarming experience with how far the program has gone, and our new team members and all the people that we've met. And I think 2023 will just be more reflecting on relationship building and communication.
Nice. How about you, JJ? You've had obviously you've had a massive life change in 2022 in the big Saskatchewan you were talking about. It must be exciting and almost sometimes a little bit apprehensive, and you're unsure and all that kind of stuff. But how do you think of 2022 and where you want to go in 2023?
Oh, 2022 was definitely a year of learning for sure for me. I don't know if it just comes with age, but you start to get to know yourself, and what you want a little bit more in life and what you don't want. That's definitely what 2022 was for me. And definitely, 2023, I hope it to be filled with family for sure, more family time. I am closer to family here, so that's definitely going to be one of the bigger things I want to do. And of course, music's always, I plan on having a new album out in the new year. I wanted to get it done December, but I don't think it's going to get done. So it's going to be a 2023 album, and hit the festival circuit again. I've already been invited to Back to Batoche. So music, but I mean, I think it's just family. That's the biggest thing for me in 2023, and just realizing this year, 2022, how important family and music are to me. Those are the two biggest things to me, and I know that now.
Perfect. How about you, Renee? Vice president again. You've served alongside a lot of years to help build this organization, and Lord knows we got a long ways to go. But in my opinion, we've come a long ways already. And what's your thoughts? 2022. Where do you want to go in 2023?
2022 was excellent. With the Métis language team, I think we did with Jeannie. I think we did real good progress there. Going up the NAS, having that Métis language camp was an excellent place. A lot of comment, were good. They would like to see it again. But next year, I'd like to step up a notch. I'd like to go to all the communities in BC and really promote the language, promote our culture, our fiddling music, and our jigging. And that would be my goal for next year if everything works.
Perfect. I think that's a really good point. You know, it's so interesting. I know we all feel this. We used to, you know, we've done this show a long time, particularly JJ, Renee, and myself. Yeah, it's been tough the last 3 years with the COVID impacts and the limitation of travel and gatherings. And even though there's a little bit of apprehension with some of the increasing, viruses or whatever, but it does feel like we can move forward again. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally find that quite liberating. Like I feel 2022 was a year of growth for the organization and so many of us, and it's good to see everyone sort of going down that walk of life they need to. But I also feel like 2023 is exciting because it feels like we can really get back into doing community events, festivals, and things that brings it together. Like I think JJ, you said it really well with the Elder Center. Like there's a sense of community there, right? Part of the reason you have that in Saskatchewan is because it geographically everyone's closer to each other. In British Columbia, our Métis population is fairly large, but the geography is really tough for us to get together. Like it's not like you can't just drive from Duck Lake to PA in a half hour. Like these are like for me to go see Renee, if I get in my car and drive, it's a 14-hour trip. Like these are the big challenges.
It's more widespread.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's hard to, but I think we do need to. My hope is that 2023 we continue to find ways to bring us together, as you say, family. I think JJ jumping on that. I think it's great from that perspective. I think we definitely have a lot, some great things to think about, and that'll be through events and culture, and it won't be through employment and training. I mean, no offense to Karen, I know she's online, but that is servicing a need. But really what brings us together and connects us is culture and community, right? So, I mean, anyways, but yeah, so thank you guys for sharing. It was kind of, I want to have a bit of a opinion from you guys. Well, we are coming to the end of the show. JJ, are you ready to give us one last tune for the evening?
Yep.
What's your last tune going to be?
We're going to take you down to Crooked Stovepipe.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Excellent. Crooked stovepipe. That's awesome. Well, JJ, you know, I know, don't leave yet, but we just want to say just again, thank you for making the time. I know it's almost 10 o'clock your time. I know you need that Sanka pretty quick here. So, or something, I'm not sure. And you need probably some oatmeal or something like that. And so,
Well, I am living in an elder's lodge, so you're not too far off.
Before we know, where you're going to be joining us, you're going to have a pipe in your mouth, and you'll be, putting certain glasses on with those little dangler things. All right, I'm just teasing you, but no, so glad you're here. Renee, what's your final song going to be?
I'll play, I think I played it before. It's Crystal Two-Step.
Okay, Crystal. Excellent.
Yeah,
Great,
Thank you.
great final song. Well, thanks Renee and JJ as always. Amazing music, amazing just to have that sense of culture. I saw JJ collaborating with you, Renee, from Saskatoon there with some spoons he had going, and
Oh.
Good.
yeah, it was we couldn't hear him, but it looked cool anyways to me. I could see it online. I hope others could see it. But just want to say thanks everyone for joining us. Well, I'll just wind up the show here pretty quick. But any closing comments, JJ, for you before you head off for the evening?
Just, it was really nice seeing everybody again, and I'm glad the internet held up. Sometimes it goes in and out here, so I was really glad everything held up good.
Great. Well, we look forward to seeing you again and hearing updates of the great work you're doing in Saskatoon next month, okay?
All righty.
Okay, Renee, Sean, any final comments you want to share?
Well, thank you for a good job there, Keith. You're doing a nice job, and always a pleasure to hear JJ playing the fiddle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. And thanks, Sean, for helping out in the background.
Always
Yeah,
fun.
good job, Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah. Angel, thanks for putting up with us for an hour, listening to us focus on everything but what probably you needed to talk about. But anyway, thanks for being patient with us this evening.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It was exciting.
Yeah. No, we're really, and again, I want to say thank you to you and all your coastal water protectors and the future pups and everyone that's involved, because I do see such a large network of folks that are just committed to environmental sustainability and learning about their culture and just that sense of belonging. And, for some it's the music, for others it's other sort of initiatives, and for some it's environmental. And our coastal water protectors program is really evolving into something very powerful. So thank you for leading that work. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. I just want to, I want to just show one more sheet to give you an example. And I want to say, I didn't at the beginning of the show, I didn't talk about this, but Renee, I think we should acknowledge the work of your colleague that helped create these sheets. And that was the gentleman by the name of Samson Lamontagne.
Lamontagne, yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's helped our team along with Jeannie and Ali and yourself to create these sheets. And so when we say good night, you can see how it's pronounced here. How would you say that, Renee? Good night.
Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit, right? Yeah. So for those that need that extra help, we remind you, we've got that audio file. You can just click on it.
Bonne nuit.
Well, good thing Renee said it exactly like it was on the tape. But I end with that because I want to say thank you to Samson as well and your team. And I just think that watch for these conversational sheets. We're going to start releasing a series of these over the next few months, and easy ways for us to pick up some, just how do we open up a meeting? How can we say a simple prayer? How can we, we need to really bring back language, and it's going to be us through our personal actions that do that. So we are at the end of the show. I want to say thank you everyone for making time for listening in to us this evening. It's always a pleasure. And I know I'm just happy I made it. Those who don't know, I literally rushed again from a late Air Canada Air flight again. And here I am and running through, and anyways, I'm here. So it doesn't really matter. I guess it's really irrelevant, but I feel relieved that the show is at the end. So anyways, thank you to all my friends, and look forward to seeing everyone. Christmas is a month away. Make your plans and make sure you catch our final Coffee Talk show in December. It'll be that third week of December. Okay. So watch for information about the date and time, and we'll talk to you in December. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.